The plot thickens. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's challenge day. We are going to give ourselves one day to get the 68 Ford Falcon we've named Goldie up and running and driving after more than 25 years being dormant and abandoned. I need a big Dr. Pepper, and we've got a whole bunch of recycling we got to drop off. We're back. The challenge begins. It's about 10:30. Got started a little late, had to do some choring. Jalen needed beauty sleep, but we're ready. So here's what we got to work with. We've had this car a couple months. Here's what we've done. We put a battery in it and tried to crank it over, and the starter's locked up. And that is all. Mechanically. We did gut the interior. Give you a little quick update before we start the challenge here. This car would have been rust free, except I'm telling you people, the Mises got after it in here. It's rusted literally from the inside out. That's how much Mises stuff is in here. But the good news is it's repairable. The structure of the car is fine. There's no rust on the outside. I'll show you a little bit back here just to give you an idea. Trunk lid, even along the bottom right edge of the trunk lid, a little bit of rust showing. You'd think, oh, that's just from miles and road salt and stuff. No, it's from the Mises getting up in there and living and doing their thing, and fell into the inside cavity of the trunk lid full of Mises stuff. Here's where we're at. We got one day. We did get some parts. We've got, what do we got, Jalen?
Starter, fuel filter, spark plugs, I think oil filter,
Cap and rotor.
Oh yes. We have plug wires somewhere. Those are probably
Plug wires. We got some heater hose.
Yeah.
Because the Mises ate that heater hose. The Mises ate that heater hose. That battery, while very cool, is probably junk and 30-40 years old. She's making a little spot. Got some coolant leaking from somewhere.
Bottom of the radiator.
So we'll see about that. But first, we just need to see if this thing will kick and spark and bang the way it's supposed to. So 10:30, clock starts now. I think we mentioned this once before, maybe on our initial tour of this car, but here's the air cleaner that was inside of that air box. The mice had come up through the heat tube. They made it through the outer shell, and they ate and they ate. Just so happens they got to the mesh, the fine mesh screen on the inside, and they gave up, luckily. So carburetor doesn't look great on the outside, but we know nothing got into the inside, which is huge for us. Okay, so Jalen's working on cleaning out a couple of heater hose fittings that were all gunked up with rust. I found something, I don't know if it's interesting or slightly concerning. Spark plugs. Loose. 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 Tight. Tight. Loose. Way back here. So either somebody's kind of giving us a little look, or hopefully somebody squirt a little something down the cylinders to preserve the 6-cylinder. We'll pull the plugs here and find out. Well, mixed results, I would call it. Here's what we've got. They're all pretty grody, and I'm okay with grody. Not horrible there. This one looks like it used to fire once in a while, so that's good. Very sooty here. It's your number 3, so we don't know what's going on there. Looks rich. This one looks rich, and all these, mind you, they were loose in the bore, so who knows. Here is the concerning one. That's rust. That indicates moisture got into that cylinder somehow, way or another. And then the last one, like the others, a little gross, but we're gonna see. We're gonna squirt some stuff down there. Now that we got the plugs out, we'll get a wrench on the crankshaft and give it 2 full revolutions. That'll tell us if there's any kind of interference going on, or if we're gonna break something if we try to start it, and we'll go from there.
So we've got the starter in the Falcon and it works, and we ran a little compression test, and these are the magic numbers. We have 1 good cylinder, but it's not a total surprise because it was pretty rough. So we're going to pull the valve cover now and see what's underneath.
Come on now.
What's in there?
There. Yeah, this wheel line's gonna delay our moment of truth a little bit. Stay. Come on now.
You're just stuck on that clip.
There should be a...
There she is. Huh?
The plot thickens.
That does not look like the Dart did, but
The plot thickens. Per end.
We have a new good cylinder. Maybe.
Weird. But it certainly
It doesn't look bad.
doesn't look bad. Okay. Now we're up to 2 good cylinders.
New record.
It may just be
Some valve.
wipe those wipe those cylinders down a little bit.
It got better, but still.
Might come around.
Maybe.
Might come around. I'm intrigued by the upper end here, though.
Yeah.
And I've never had an engine turn around like that, compression-wise. with the removal of the valve cover. Even that one's getting a little better.
Yeah, a little bit.
45. I mean, that's nothing, but
More than 30 was. Look at
it'll
right
run
there.
on 45. We're back in business, Jay.
Woo! That one that pushed like 80, that was the one that has 0 before. What was that one at?
Almost 90. That was the bad one.
That one.
We'll go back to 6 here.
Almost 90?
Nope.
What?
Haven't done that one yet.
No, this. It was like the third one that we just did was
Yeah.
at 0 before.
Yeah.
That one at was 90.
Number 6 is 60. Well, I think what has happened is the more it spins, those cylinders,
Get cleaned out.
piston rings are wiping the cylinders. At the same time, we're getting just a little bit of lubrication down there. The oil's flowing to the top of the engine grate. Yeah, it just needed to turn over. I think we probably pushed a bunch of gunk out of the exhaust. So we'll see. 6. Gets better every time. 65. She's gonna run. And she's not gonna run too bad.
Perfect. About 90.
About 90. Mind you, that was the one that had signs of rust on the spark plug. So we'll take 90 all day. This will be number 4. Okay, this is our weekly.
That's not good. About 45.
Yep, 45. So that's a little problematic. But as much as these have come around at this point, even without checking the rest of these, I'm willing to take a chance on the 45 there.
That's pretty decent.
We'll take a hundo for something that hasn't ran in over 25 years. Heck, I'll take 45.
The orange truck was on 30 about a year and a half ago, and it's still running strong. So,
Oh, strong.
well,
But it runs.
But it runs. Gets
170.
nice.
Healthy. You'll find in these that naturally the cylinders towards the front are sometimes a little healthier because of the slant of the engine, the moisture, and the else just kind of runs downhill. But 5.
Sweet.
So, that's weird. I've never seen an engine begin to heal itself quite that quickly. Jalen's gonna finish torquing in some new spark plugs. We'll get some wires on this thing, put some power to the vehicle and circuits and stuff, get the key out, and see if we've got spark.
So,
we were gonna go ahead and replace this fairly nasty looking distributor cap, and then we went to do that, and look, it's very pretty inside, pretty rotor, no scarring. Inside of the distributor looks nice and clean. We haven't checked points to see if we got spark there, but we're rolling. We're going back with this guy. It might look like crap, but it's in good shape, so.
yeah. So the key will not turn. So I think we're just gonna have to push button it for now.
We have our AC.
Mackie has decided to join us to help work on the Falcon now. What's going on here?
Well, I don't have any spark. Maybe our points are a little dirty, maybe. So we'll check.
Now we have spark in the right spot in the distributor cap, so we should be good.
Points were corroded.
They were very corroded, yes.
So now we have distributor cap back on.
Distributor is good to go.
Power to the coil.
Nope, still no. So we forgot to put the rotor back in. So now
sometimes I'm in a hurry.
So now we're gonna hopefully start.
Don't do everything I do, clearly, at times.
Yes.
We don't know what we're doing. Alright, there should be 8.5 gallons of starting fluid in it now. Still not enough spark.
Still no spark. Okay, now we have spark. Alright, new points.
Put the new rotor in just because we got out of the package. No, there you go. Quit it. Slept till 11 o'clock again today. I'm getting on. Alright, should be 87 gallons of gas and 32 gallons of starting fluid in it.
Ooh, almost had it. Put some iced tea in it. There we go.
That's probably way too much.
Might make a fire. So close. Getting
There
there.
ain't knocking or nothing. Things have intensified a little bit. Can't seem to get any kind of time out of her. She has run a little bit, idled just a little bit, but needs to constantly be choked off and stuff to get any kind of decent run time. So we might do a rebuild in a can and see if we just can't get fuel into the engine, and then she's going to run pretty good. Yep. That might be part of the problem. We'll get her cleaned out and thrown back together and see if it makes a difference. Hey, rebuild in a can complete. It was pretty gross. It's not perfect. It does have the tag on it right there. So, and when this thing runs again, we'll get a proper kit for it and rebuild it. The only adjustment really I made to it, I did take out the idle air screw right there and cleaned it up with a little emery cloth, put it back together. 2 turns out from bottom. I like the number 2, it's an even number and the standard answer at any DUI checkpoint, so seems appropriate. Let's get this thing back on the car.
Hello everybody, we've got it running now. That's what came out of the exhaust, by the way, so that's always fun. So now we've got it running off separate pump, separate tank. Carb leaks a lot, the water pumps out, but that's okay. There we go.
There you have it. We went from, let's see, let's go look at those compression numbers again. We went from 30, 10, 30, 0, 160, 20. Then we went up to 60, 85, 45, 80, 160, 160. And she runs. So still have, sounds like 1 cylinder that's a little light. I expect that to come around. It kind of goes in and out. When all 6 are firing, it's a nice running little engine. No knocking, no rattling, no valve noise. We put some transmission fluid in the trans and put the drive shaft in, just so when we run it in these little short spurts, we don't burn out the pump in the front of that transmission. But yeah, gonna call this a win. We didn't drive it. No, we didn't drive it. But it's got a really bad fuel leak. but we accomplished what we wanted to. This engine's gonna live, and it's gonna be a ripper. I mean, a 6-cylinder ripper. So what next? We'll order a carb kit for it. Needs a water pump. Water pump was making all kinds of noise, so much so that I took the belt off of it just so it wouldn't fly through the radiator. We do think the radiator's got 8 or 9 holes in it. Whether we buy one, whether we have that one replaced, it is a good all metal radiator, so we'll see what goes there. We are, just like all of our projects, we try to do them on a budget just like you would. So yeah, the key won't work. We'll pull the key out, do that yet today, fiddle with that. But yes, the gentleman we acquired this car from said it got drug onto his property sometime in the mid-90s and hadn't moved since. In fact, it was buried up to the bottom of the car. It buried itself in the dirt. For those of y'all who might remember, Nebraska used to have a simple inspection, an annual inspection of their cars. This car was last inspected in 1977. I think it was driven a little bit more after that, but not a lot. I do think 98,000 miles is accurate for this car, and we'll see. It's pretty sweet. Gotta get tires, water pump, carburetor. We'll cover the fuel system a little bit more in another video. But yeah, I'm pumped. She's a runner. She's gonna rip. And that's it for today. It's like 100 degrees out, and it's time for dad pops. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe, click the like button, and comment. And we really do appreciate you supporting the channel. Thanks for watching along today, and we will catch you on the next one.